gonna do? I can't tell you. Wish I could too. Say it's your game. Do what you wanna do now. Say, I can't.
Holy shit. I swear to God, every time I hear that song, it just gets so much better. I do sound like Joe Pesci. It's really fucked up. But anyway, so welcome to the Rockstar Roadie podcast. It is early. I don't do these early. I have coffee and talk. We'll do coffee and talk. Yeah, I don't know where to go with this one today. This one's going to be interesting because normally I was just telling my guest that I can control the interview. And with this one, we just can't control each other. So it'll be freaking hysterical. So for the normal spiel, I have to do the legal reasons. One, so I don't get in trouble. And two, so you don't get in trouble. All right. So podcast is our thoughts and advice are our own. We are not medically trained professionals. We are not therapists, although I know I do, but probably most of my guests, as usual, see therapists. So, anything we say is just based on our experience and how we have solved that problem or how we learn to cope with those things. And the second part of it is 2 rules of the podcast. 1, we do not talk religion. And number 2, we do not talk politics. Plain and simple. With that being said, I want to intro my guest, which will be, this is not going to end well for me. I was really making a mistake in asking him. One of my oldest friends on the planet, my best friend, the person I call my brother. He's one of 2 men on this planet I would die for. And he has just been a great friend. So please welcome Mr. PJ Farley.
Are we on?
Oh, hello. Sylvester Stallone, really?
Hey,
Dude, Tulsa King rules.
I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me too much.
No, we're good.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
I got the AARP magazine too. I didn't even notice it said AARP. Good morning to you, my brother.
Get with it, man. Come on. I know you're not a morning person.
I am not. I was up till like 4 a.m. editing yesterday's podcast. Anyway, so folks, if you don't know, Mr. Farley here, Mr. PJ Farley is the bass player for Trixter. Plays in Raw still. I don't know. I don't keep up with that.
Not really. Just I have a handful of bands, and Raw is always usually dormant the most. So
yeah, and then Fozzy, which is one of my favorite bands. So bass player for Fozzy, and many other hats on his head. So what's going on? What's good?
Oh, just juggling a handful of bands.
I know I can't ever get you. It's like, it's funny. I mean, I think we go back. So we'll start it off like this because I found a little tidbit of our past of the year I believe we met. So yeah. This is just wrong. So yes.
Wait a minute. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. There we are. There's the burnouts.
The burnouts on the one side of the burnouts, on the other side, I don't know what they were, but correct me if I'm wrong. The kid next to me and you with the glasses, was that Thomas Ferrioli?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the little one next to him?
Jimmy DeMello.
Jimmy DeMello. That's right. Okay. So yeah, I think
he's making the face that we would make to our teachers.
Yep.
Me and Joey Cardone used to get thrown out of class.
I believe this is if I remember correctly, this is like 86.
You'd know better than me.
I don't know, dude. I drank as much as you. Don't even go there.
But I'll tell you this, I still have that leather jacket.
Okay, that's impressive.
I do.
You know what I got though, and I pulled this out, and we obviously moved to Mississippi, so we still have a lot of boxes, especially wardrobes. But I pulled this out just for you.
Oh yeah.
Still have mine.
Don't make me go upstairs and get my robe.
Where the fuck did my camera go?
I don't know.
This thing is so weird, dude. It's like it's this new kind of podcast camera. There I am. Oh, look, basses. Ooh, the Blackie's in there too.
Did you change your strings?
No. Why would I do that? I was rappelling out of the ceiling. Give me a break. Did I show you the purple
We gotta
one I
get
got?
that. What? No, I can't see.
I got a
it.
purple Spectre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't show me that.
Yeah, I got that. I got that when I was out on a Janet tour. They sent it to me. I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, you told me you were getting it. That's right. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's nice. Nice.
I
They
did.
don't send me bases.
Well, they didn't send it to me either. They just FedExed it to me. I paid for it.
All right.
What the hell?
I guess you have to do that.
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm still in my pajamas.
Is this thing wandering?
I have no fucking idea, dude.
Thank God you have pants on.
That's rare. In this house, that's rare. Come on. All right. I had it all set. This
Have you no control?
No, I have control. It's just stupid. Okay. Listen, I can build a guitar in a rig. I can't play with these things. There we go. Oh, anyway. So I have pictures you probably haven't seen in years that I went deep into the friggin' archive. But so obviously I don't know if you've watched podcasts. I hope you have, but it focuses around good, fun stories from the road, just good laughs, crazy venues, whatever. But we also focus on mental health. Now, today is, and just so the people know, today is, we're recording this podcast today on, what is today? It's the 10th of October, which is actually World Mental Health Day. And there was a reason I pushed for you to record on this specific day for two reasons. One is because you're the reason I'm back to who I was. And it was that chance meeting we had.
For better or worse?
Better. I'm happier. But we had that chance meeting and had dinner at the Rainbow. But also because the release of this show is actually going to be October 29th, which will mark 14 years of you as my best man in my second wedding to my wife. So I figured today would be an apropos day to have you on and have that release date on the 29th. But this show focuses on what the road does to us and what we've lost, what we've gained, what we go through. You and I being fathers, especially of daughters, it's hard because I believe, obviously, my son because of, he stood next to you at my wedding.
I do.
Right there. And that's Frito, our other best friend. But having a son is one thing. Having a daughter is a completely different animal. It's a different, I love both of my children the same, but my daughter is just a different feeling. I can't explain it. I know you have daughters, and not a son, but I think
you don't have to explain it to me or anyone who has a daughter.
Exactly. It's totally different. Hell, shit, I got 3 daughters because I got 2 stepdaughters. But, so yeah. So, some good old stories. I know you're limited on time because you have an appointment today, but at the end of the day, I think you and I could probably do this for a couple hours. And to get Steve-O to join would be, I just been cutting my throat.
I don't. So let's just take it one step at a time.
We'll take it one step at a time.
See if you're happy with the way this comes out first.
I could care less if I'm happy. This is just real. And this is what a lot of things need to be nowadays, just real. So answer me a question. Look at this picture and tell me if I'm right in the venue, because this is old.
Lemoore in Brooklyn.
It is Lemoore's, right?
Yep. And
okay.
That's a 40 ouncer in my hand.
and nips in mine.
Well, you're just a help. What does my hat say? Damn pigeons with bird shit on it.
Oh my God. I didn't even pay attention to that.
I don't know. I was so proud of that hat. And
yeah, it was bigger than your head.
I'm just realizing now that I found a tank top that matches it.
That hat is bigger than your fucking head, dude.
It really is. But I was like, I love this hat.
Well, who was your drummer? I can't remember his name.
Anthony Vignola.
Oh, that's right.
Tony.
Holy shit, that's right. Wow. I have no idea what the hell's going on with my camera, dude. It is literally on its fucking, it's having its own.
Oh, that's dangerous,
I know. Hey, by the way, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And what does it say? Still says Danny J. Borga. Not even Dan J. O'Neill. It says Dan J.
You're lucky.
Borga.
You're lucky it doesn't just say Borga.
I was expecting that. Which brings me to my next thing. There have been a plethora. I get him an email. I get him on the road of questions of how I got my nickname. Don't tell it. Just tell me if I remember it right.
Okay. It's a little fuzzy, but yeah, go ahead.
I think I got it. I know I got it from you and the boys, but I think it was Carl and Ding Dong who gave it to me at 32 Blaine.
Yeah, go figure. It was a guy named Ding Dong. gave you the name that's on your gold record.
And my jacket and so many other things.
Yeah, it's probably on your passport.
Dude, no. But I remember because we used to have like our own language. And originally I started out as Borgus. I remember that. I remember Carl going, "Hey, Borgus, Borgus, Borgus," because that was our word for fat.
Because it was a word that we just used.
Well, it was a word we use when you're drunk.
I don't know if it's Italian or something. I don't know what it is, but
I don't fucking know
where it came from. That was their word, though.
But yeah, so yeah, I couldn't remember because I thought it was you, but again, it was a little fuzzy. And then one day it hit me. Wait a minute, I think it was Carl and Ding Dong who called me Borgus or Borga.
Yeah.
Oh well, there you go.
Borga.
Jesus
Where's the Borga? Throw the Borga in the back of the truck.
Put him or the van, the pickup truck.
Yep.
I remember those days. So tell me. So like I've kind of I always keep an eye on you. It's what we do. And I've just really been really proud of you over the years for what you've accomplished and seeing some of the venues you play. Like one of the things I really loved watching you play was the AEW thing with Fozzy, and you played the stadium in London.
Wembley, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what that was like, because I'm dying to know.
Well, I mean, it's funny because we only played a total of maybe 4 minutes collectively because we played there twice. But it was like 2 minutes of the finale of a 2-hour show. So like we had all the production of a headlining stadium show, and suppose they said, now just play the last song, and fireworks and all the shit for one finale we had in the first 2 minutes. So it was amazing just being in the building. We get to go in there the day before because we have to do camera angles and whatnot, and
all the blocking and stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. So you just spend basically the weekend there. So we got to do that twice. So it's really
Nice.
kind of cool to have a great relationship with Wembley Stadium, and especially at this point in my career. So it was really amazing.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm going to go do it, and then, go in there for sound check and everything, and even starting to do it. But then once all the bombs go off, and it's pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, I mean, it jumpstarts you because even like on TSO, which I'm gearing up to do now, it's like you get out there and it's like, 2.5 weeks rehearsal in Omaha. Oh, yeah, okay. But then you start doing the full show production, and then the pyro's going off. You just get like lit up. It's like, all right, cool. Shit's blowing up. Everything is fire. It's cool.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Ramps, bombs, and staging in the immortal words of T-Boy.
Who used to say that?
T-Boy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got ramps, bombs, and staging, kid.
There you go.
There he is.
Missed that son of a bitch.
Wow, look at that.
Doug Cook. Who was that? Was our merch guy or a lighting guy all the way to the right? Rick or something?
Yeah,
Ricky?
Rick. Yep. Rick was our merch guy.
Doug Cook.
Was he our lighting guy too? I don't know.
I can't remember. Because I think Hartley was in this. I think Hartley, who we all know and love, Bulb, was in this on the Kiss tour.
If Rick took over after Bulb, as we call Hartley.
I still call him that on TSO.
Because I still call him. I saw him 2 weeks ago. I saw him. And Bulb. Yeah, I want to say that when Bulb left, maybe Rick took over.
Maybe. I can't remember.
Bulb was doing lights and merch.
Okay. All right. So that sounds about right for you cheap bastards.
That's right. We started the double up mentality.
Yeah, no
Front of
shit.
house tour manager, you know, that whole thing.
Production manager who gives extra per diem. Love you, Paul Spriggs.
And do that extra for your guy. Another T-boyism.
Here's another photo that's pretty funny, which I think is one of the best ones. And I remember this day because we were going from Vancouver to Queen Elizabeth Island.
Victoria Island, yeah.
Victoria Island. I thought it was Queen Elizabeth Island. Whatever. But the whales were running that day, which I thought was pretty cool. And again, it's just like it's part of what we do. We don't get to see much, but then the things we do see are pretty badass.
If you do it long enough, you get to see stuff.
Well, exactly. I mean, I didn't, you know, I had left you guys and moved on to another artist, but I wish I would have gone to Japan with you guys, because we would have just had some serious fun over there.
Yeah.
Because I was over there a bunch. I've been over there a bunch. I haven't been there in a long time, but it's always been fun over there. Here's an awkward moment in our lives where we both had bad hair days.
Tough times.
Yeah.
I was then in between, cut it shorter and shorter. And
it was my son's christening at what was that the church I got
St.
married
Matthew's.
in? St. Matthew's. Which I heard rumor it's got demolished. Did it? Maybe, I don't know.
I didn't hear that. No.
I don't know. I don't pay much attention to the rumor mill, but so tell me what, like, back from our time together, minus the fact of all the ribbing, there was a joke you played on me at the beginning about finding a bass for you. I don't remember the whole story correctly.
Was that when because you started out, you were my first tech and I was your first artist. I made you a bass tech in high school.
I know.
And
I was in, well, I was playing in bands, Runaway, Masquerade. I forget the other one. But I didn't really like it as much. And I bought your white BC Rich Warlock from you.
right.
And I missed that fucking bass. I'm still like on
Me
the hunt
too.
for another Warlock.
But so were you were with us and then you left for a little bit and then
Well, I was
brought me
with
back.
you, and then I went and did Modern English. That was my
Mhm.
first tour. And then came back. You had called me. I was home on a break. Phil had left, and you wanted me to come out and start with, you know, I think it was on the Scorpions.
Yeah.
But like one day on the Scorpions, you turned around and said, "Hey, I need a bass, and it's in this case, and it's in the truck, and go find it." And that's,
Go get the red bass. I said, go
Yeah.
get the red bass.
yeah, you tortured me, dude.
You unloaded the truck, came back. I can't find a red bass. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't have one.
Total dick. Yeah,
Just
like that. That was
Oopsie.
uncool. Huh?
I said, oopsie.
Oopsie, fucker. So tell me, from back in our time together, like, aside from the ones we're probably both going to agree on, what was like your favorite show? Like for me, it was the Warrant Trixter Firehouse tour, and honestly, it was the pay-per-view we taped in New Orleans. That was my favorite show. That was for
Lafayette,
me.
Louisiana, yeah.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah, that was a great show. Obviously, the first time we did the Meadowlands
Oh yeah,
in New Jersey,
that was like
and the second time.
we were flying high on that one.
Yeah, that was, I mean, we got a gold records that night. We rented out the back room and had the big party where everybody from Slayer to Bon Jovi was there. And it was, you know, that was the
Fun-
Mecca. That was the
Funny
night.
about the full circle with Bon Jovi, huh?
Yeah.
You'll
Right.
figure. Well, I did a podcast yesterday with our old friend Mike Arata. I did one with him yesterday, and we were talking about and I did one the other day too, and it got brought up with Bernie Gutierrez. But it's like the days of the hang, the bros, that's long gone, and that's sad because I only had that with you guys, and I honestly had it with Slayer. I had it more.
You
with
mean
the-
as far as like camaraderie with the bands? And
yeah, the
artists?
camaraderie.
Well, also you got to remember when you're out with someone like Janet Jackson or Bon Jovi, it's a lot different than hanging around with a bunch of punks from New Jersey that are still teenagers.
No, 100%, 100% agree. It's a business.
Yeah.
it's a business, and I fully accepted that and embraced it. But it's like, it's weird because like with us all growing up together and same area and same mentality and same humor, I had more fun.
Yeah.
Like
Well, you
me
travel with
rooming
your
with
friends.
Gus was not a pleasure.
It depends on which Gus woke up.
Yeah, that's true
We were
too.
always scared to see once that curtain opened, it's going to be happy, giggly, or bitter and with a BB gun in his hand.
Yeah, that's true too. I used to wait for Sprates to come around with the list and tell us who got the single room on days off, so I didn't have to room with Gus. I love Gus, but I didn't like you would go into your room and your room would be turned upside down. It's like, what the fuck?
Rock and roll.
I know, but what switching gears and this ADHD kind of goes all over the place. Like it's oh yeah, here's a picture. I like this picture of you. This was a good one with Fozzy.
Yeah.
Is that Rocklahoma?
No, that might be either Louder Than Life or now I see palm trees. So
Yeah.
it's something in Florida.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so switching gears, how do you obviously we're both husbands, we're both fathers. How do you deal? Because you're gone a lot. Like, and it's what's weird with your situation is where I'm gone a month or two at a time. You're gone a few days, fly home, go back out, home,
Yeah.
out, home, out. How do you deal with that mentally? Coming home, going away, coming home, going away, and how do you deal with it mentally, and how does it affect you?
Well, the good thing is that like when the girls were little, I was just doing the kind of weekend warrior stuff, fly out on a Thursday, come back on a Sunday. And which was really beneficial because I was Mr. Mom
Right.
during the whole time when they were really young, for like ages 0 through 7, say 6 or 7, and so that was helpful. And they were too young to kind of know that I was gone for the
Right.
for the most part. The older they got, they started noticing, but because they grew up around it, it wasn't like a thing where after being 10 years old, now I start to go away and they just miss me. So I never had that moment where they were just crying and screaming for me not to go. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Maybe they're like, yeah, go ahead. But
Prelude to the future.
just because they were it was just second nature for them. So it really made it easier for me because for me internally, after doing this my whole life, I have the internal mechanism built in. I'm trained to, okay, yes, I love being home. I love my family. And, I know I have to go, and gearing up to go is the hardest part. And then once I'm gone, it's like, okay, now I'm doing what I do, and it's second nature.
Right.
But yeah, and then the older the kids got, it got harder to leave.
Yeah.
Once family is introduced. But again, being the fact that I've done this all my life, this is my passion and what I do, it helps.
Right.
If I was going reluctantly, that would just be I would be a very miserable person.
Yeah.
Based on the coming and going and just the nature of the business alone. But if I didn't have the thick skin and the nads for this, it would be torture.
Well, yeah, that's just it. Our industry, you got to have thick skin. If you don't, you will not survive. Crew member or band member, you're not going to. Now, you're the first band member I've had on the show, so I am not really quite sure how to address like the mental health issues with you. Not that it should be any different, but you on your daily schedule is different than the road crew's daily schedule. So it's like, how do you tackle? Do you have issues? I mean, obviously we miss home, we miss our children, we miss our wives, we miss all that stuff. But has it ever gotten to you? Because you are firsthand knowledge of that night of sitting at the Rainbow, knowing it's gotten to me.
Yeah.
So, but I've never really talked to you about you.
Yeah. Yeah, of course it gets to me. It gets to everybody. You're not going to find anybody that says it doesn't. I have ways of talking myself out of things and off ledges. you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, I know
but
that feeling.
yeah, I mean, I've had it a pretty good perspective
Yeah.
on dealing with the torment that comes along with with the lifestyle. Um, but again, the fact that it is my passion and it's doing what I love to do. Again, if I wasn't doing this for the right reasons, then I would be one of those statistics
Right.
because you can't live this life and not enjoy what you do
Right.
and not get out of it because that's the only thing that's going to keep you fucking sane and
Yeah.
keep you from, being a drug addict or just offing yourself.
Right.
You have to get something out of it to go, you know what? It's tough right now. It's tough. It gets lonely. It gets this, it gets that. You miss things, but you go, that's the price you pay for getting to do what I do.
Right. No,
But yeah,
100%. And you're still putting food on the table. And that's a huge
right.
thing. And that's how, and again, thanks to therapy, I have learned to calm my anxiety and to know when my trigger's coming up and how to fix it. So I don't stay in that state of depression
Right.
long. I can pull myself out of it. And being on the road, it's just we're getting older. We're not that far apart in age. I'm just a little bit more beat up than you. Um, and you just sit and you start, for me, this podcast is a way for me to listen. I don't care if this thing makes money. I don't care. It was never the purpose of starting this. This was started to help people, to bring some good stories, some
Right.
laughs, and some reality and some realism to people's lives.
Yeah.
If it makes money, awesome. But I
No, it's great.
am
It's giving people an insight as to what, we go through.
well, that and it's not scripted. That was my biggest thing. Before I started this, I spent hours going down the rabbit hole looking at podcasts, even closely related to what we do. And everything just seems so fucking fake to me. It
Yeah.
just seems so written out and so scripted. Sure, I have a list of questions, but I don't go by them. I just pull from them.
Yeah.
But I didn't want that. I wanted what we had when we were young, growing up, drinking from the hose, being thrown out of the house in the morning after breakfast, and don't come home till 10 o'clock when the street lights are on.
Hmm.
I wanted that for people to understand everything doesn't need to be a script. You don't need to be fed shit. You just need to be told the reality of everything. And like I said, if this thing makes money, great. If it doesn't, listen, I'm an old roadie. I don't know what my future holds. I know that one day I will pass on to the great unknown, and that's what is for certain. What happens in between is what I choose it to be. I have a wonderful family. I'm very happy. Just moved to the coast. I'm looking out my office window right now and 2 blocks to the beach, which is the weirdest thing for me because I know you live down South Jersey now, which is I never thought would happen. But it's just a life change and you get older, but it also helps you deal with things. I'm an empty nester. You still have some time. For me, that's fucking weird. Like the day Skylar moved out, like Skylar is 6'5" of just Viking weirdness. The boy's like a big ass hairy beast, but he's successful. I mean, he just moved to Vegas. He's already working at Verizon because he was at AT&T. Now he's at Verizon. He's already climbing the ladder quick as hell, which shocked me. But nothing really hit me until Lily moved out. When she moved out, I'm like, my
The
little
girl is
girl,
gone. Yeah.
the girl's gone. It's like, she's doing wonderful. She's training horses. She's got her own horse now. I mean, there's that sense of it's just me and my wife. And
Yeah.
oh shit, crap. Michelle's gonna watch that. I'm screwed.
Edit
No,
that
no,
part out.
I don't edit. The only edits I do on this podcast are the intro and the outro. I'd let it all fly. I don't care. But she knows what I mean. She knows that it's just like it's just us and the dogs, and that's okay.
I'm sure she feels the same way.
Oh, 100%. She can't wait for me to get the hell out of here on the 25th.
Tell me about it.
You're going back to TSO. Bye. But anyway, so what in your career? I know we talked about favorite places and all that stuff. Goddamn camera. I'll figure out how to fix this one day. I remember Do you remember when we were younger and we had that stupid set, that big metal friggin' Fakaktabak construction thing?
Me and Steve were just telling somebody about that 2 weeks ago. Who were we telling? Um, maybe it was, I forget who it was. We were talking about it. Yeah, we spent, I don't know, $12,000 on these set carts that like we were just going on tour with Warren, and we're like, all right, well now we were at the top of our game, so we needed a stage. So we bought this oversized, overweight, overpriced set cart that we used twice. And
Yeah.
the minute we wheeled it into the arena, the Warren crew was like, "What are you're not using that?" Like,
John
are you kidding?
Mezzacappa, Mez, the stage manager.
Like, are you kidding? Look at the size of that thing. You don't have time for that shit. Get it. So we're like, great. So it rode in the truck, costing us more gas.
Yep.
And I think we did use it for one headlining show. We headlined some amphitheater in Oklahoma.
No, we used it more than that. We played the floating barge.
That one,
which is
in Oklahoma.
that one.
I have the video of that, and we used it once on the Warren tour.
Yep.
And that's about it.
No, we used it at a theater when Bang Tango played. Not Bang Tango. Who was this?
Right.
Who was that band?
Bullet Boys.
Bullet Boys. When they played with us, we used it there. The set was fine. It was that stupid bridge that went over Gus's head that weighed 7 billion pounds, and I always had to put it together. Like,
yeah,
fuck you, Spriggs.
Well, good thing you didn't have to do it that much.
Yeah, no shit.
And then we put it in the storage, and then Studio Systems, which was a place
SST.
We housed our gear on off touring time. They were like, yeah, we're chopping this up and selling this for scrap metal.
Well, what's funny is, so years go by, I go into SST to do rehearsals with Cyndi Lauper, and sure enough, there are the stairs from our set.
They're using them.
They were using them. They're gone now, but they were using them. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And, rest his soul, Rosario was laughing about it. He's like, yep, those are the stairs from your old set. I'm like, holy shit. All right, then. So, I mean, I really don't know what to do with you. This is the weirdest fucking thing.
Careful, right?
I know. It's like, I got to be real careful because there's stories we don't want to talk. Let's talk about this one. Fucking ever since we were kids. Frito, Chris Farinas.
The Three Amigos.
Oh my God, dude, I was a fat fuck.
Borga.
There he is. And look at you, all pretty. And then Frito just looks like the mobster that he looks like. I love him to death. But yeah, we've been friends, obviously, all the same time. I mean, it's funny. I was telling a story the other day about you and Frito, and I'm not going to get into particulars because I really don't want a lawsuit. But there was a period of time when I was married to my first wife where us three didn't speak for a very long time. And I can tell you the reason for that off camera another time. But the day that I decided, I think it was like within that week that the decision was made, which I would happily made to get the divorce. I called you and I called him. And this is what I will tell people about lifelong friends. And it's real simple to understand. When I picked up the phone after not speaking to either one of these guys for years, it was like not a moment passed. I even apologized to both of them for not speaking. But that's what a real friend is. People don't understand that. And it's like I tell my kids, like I think Skylar or Lily, I can't remember. At one point in time, they were going through Friends Like Water. Kids nowadays, it's nothing but drama. They live off the drama. They feed off the drama. And then, it was Lily. She was going through friend after friend. And I'm like, there's going to come a time where you will have 1 to 2 friends from this age till you die. And I said, it happens to everybody.
I say, you don't need a dozen friends. You're going to find that you have 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a handful of really your inner circle that you're going to count on is going to be a handful.
Yep.
And then the circles get, wider and wider.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in your circle, but there's an immediate circle.
Right. Well, I mean, And it's like I told her that. I'm like, I said, you're two uncles. Cause and again, people don't go, well, why do you call him your brother? Why do your kids call him your uncle? Because that's a Jersey thing. You know, not to coin South Park, but that's a Jersey thing. It's just like, to me, the tattoo on my hand that says family is not just blood holds true. Because you and I have been through more shit. And me and you and Frito have been through more shit. And our families and everything together, breaking bread, the whole 9 yards, touring together, living together. People don't understand what friendship is nowadays. Friendship to people is a tagline or a social media post. That's bullshit. I don't give a flying fuck what you say. But family is people who are theirs for you. Like, I know if I passed away tomorrow, there is an envelope for you and Frito with one of these. Yeah, with one of these in it for each one of you for specific reasons. But you are in charge of all of my gear and making sure it gets sold and making sure the money goes to my kids. You're the only person I trust with that. You're the only person I would trust with that, because everyone else is always out for themselves, where you and I have proven over the years, where me, you and Frito have proven over the years that we are out just to be a family, and people don't get that. So with that being said, fuck off. I don't want to get into it.
It's a rare thing.
Look at that.
It's a rare thing.
That's Nashville. God, I was a fat bastard.
What are you talking about? You were slimming down by then.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But anyway, so tell me, like, so with Fozzy, you guys fly in, fly out. I mean, tell me more about Fozzy.
No, I do the mostly for the last decade or so. I've been doing the fly-in dates with Trixter and Fozzy. Once I joined Fozzy, that's when I kind of got back on the bus.
Oh, okay.
Because I was touring on a bus with Ra for all those years, and then Trixter was all just fly dates, just weekend warrior stuff, and then I joined Fozzy. Now Fozzy, I'm in a bus like usually 3 times a year, and doing the fly dates with Trixter and quarantine,
right?
And so really, I got a break from the bus for a little while, and then when I joined Fozzy, I got a break from the airport for a little while. So now I get the best of both worlds, just
right.
when I'm at my the end of my rope with the airport and the airlines and all that stuff, I get to go on the bus for a couple of weeks and not worry about it. And then then I get to get off the bus and go back to hotel living, which is
nice.
Get in a car and drive around.
So that's the one thing I can, like, I have my own pillow now because my neck is completely jacked up. But when we're going to do rehearsals for TSO, we're in Omaha for like 2.5 weeks. It gets a little bit annoying being in the same hotel room for that long. Like, how do you deal with that? Like, I don't know. I don't know how long you normally in a hotel, but I get tired of them, honestly, after all these years.
I mean, I get kind of situated pretty quickly. But I'm used to, like I leave, I go in the hotel room, and when I sleep, I turn the bathroom light on and I close the door just so I know which way to go in the middle of the night when I have to pee. I look to the light because the room, the direction changes every day. So
I do the same shit, man.
Over here. All right, the light's over here today. So, and it's funny when I get home, like I'm tripped up. I'm like, where am I?
Yeah, it takes me like 2
days.
It takes me like 2. I saw an Instagram post. I think it was Instagram you posted. I about pissed myself. And you were walking through your hotel room, and you have the same OCD annoyances that I do. I hate when my dresser drawers slide out on their own. And you had posted that, and I was just sitting there dying laughing. Michelle's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "You have no clue what level this is right now."
Well, because one of my bugaboos, and I have 2. I have more than 2, but top 2. And if you've ever ridden on a bus with me,
yes,
one is a cabinet door or a drawer door left open. It just tweaks me off. And also when somebody leaves like 1 second on the microwave. So,
oh, dude, yes,
you got to clear that thing. You got to clear it.
We had that text thread going between me, you, and what's his name about that. Yeah.
He just sends me random, drawers.
Same with me.
Or the, and I just saw him the other day, or the microwave with like 16 seconds left. But yeah, drawers open, and then I know what post you were talking about in this hotel. I closed it. I go whatever to the bathroom or whatever. I come back and it's open. I'm going, huh? And it's it's not like a collapsed floor at a Motel 6 or something. It's level. And I just watch this thing slowly start to open. It was a little freaky, but also now my OCD is kicking in, and now I'm like, I don't know what to do here.
Well, I got the same exact quirks as you. My other bus quirk is when people leave a swallow left in the container. I hate that. It's like, dude, you have a quart of milk and you leave not even a sip left in it.
Well, for
Drink
me,
the damn milk.
I mean, as you know, everyone's got their name on everything on a bus, so
Yep.
that's their problem. If I don't touch anybody's stuff, so that doesn't get to me. What'll get to me if they leave that randomly in the front
On the
lounge.
counter. Yeah.
That's another bugaboo.
That's the other
Plenty
thing
of bus
too.
bugaboos.
It's like, you're a grown ass man. Clean your damn bus. You're living on a 45-foot tube, for the love of God. My other hotel quirk that I have unfortunately adapted is you're gonna fucking kill me. I'm gonna get shit for this from you for years. I have a CSI black light.
That's the stupidest thing you could ever do.
No, because I like couches in my room, and I have to check the couch. It drives me nuts if I can't.
You're asking for trouble.
I know.
You're looking for trouble.
I know.
That's like going to the diner and watching your food be made. Just don't do it.
I missed.
Just don't do it. You're asking for trouble.
I know. I've just developed quirks over the years. It's just me. So it's like I have to have my own pillow on the bus because the bus pillows just are horrible.
Yeah, I can see that. That's fine, but stay away from, who's been here and what's been left. Just pretend it's a toilet. Oh, no one's ever sat on this one before.
Oh my God. Wait, this is total PJ.
These nuts.
Anyway, so let's talk about you and Jericho and the Kiss tribute, Quarantine.
Mhm.
Fucking love it. Tell me how that came about.
Well, it was the heart of COVID, and Joe McGinnis, guitar player from upstate New York, and Ken Slusher from Nashville, they were going to do one of these split screen, songs, videos. And Ken, who's a drummer, plays with Luke Bryan, and he had met Chris a couple times, and he did the drum fill intro to a song called No, No, No from Kiss, and filmed himself and just sent it to Jericho and said, name that song. And Jericho texts back immediately, no, no, no. What are you guys doing? He's like, me and Joe are just going to, record this song and, put it out there. He's like, you need a singer? And Kent was like, yeah, sure. Because actually we need a bass player too, while we're at it. He goes, all right, I'm in, and I got the guy. So Chris called me and said, hey, you like 80s Kiss? And the rest is history. We started off, we did that song. Actually, we had two. We had No, No, No and Heart of Chrome picked. Because Chris, of course,
I like Heart of Chrome.
Go big or go home. He's like, all right, but we're not going to just do No, No, No. We're going to do, a Gene song and a Paul song. So we have to do two. So right out of the box, we did those first two.
Nice.
And we had so much fun with it that we're like, well, there's no reason why we got to stop this. So, cut to November 15th, 2025, and Quarantine will be performing right before Kiss in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought Kiss retired.
Really?
I know. I had to put the straight face on. Come on, man.
Right.
We all know how that's going to go. So what are they playing in Las Vegas?
So Kiss is doing the what they would normally do on a Kiss cruise.
Right.
Only, because I guess Kiss vowed to never perform on the cruise again. So they're doing it on land. So it's in Vegas at the Virgin Hotel, and it's basically you know, I don't know if it's Cooking with Paul Stanley or whatever it is. It's all the
Right.
events that you would have on the cruise,
Okay.
called like Kiss Landlocked or something to that
So yeah, they're
effect.
just playing without the makeup, which I think the retirement thing was based around the theatrics and the makeup. So I mean I can
Yes,
get along
but
with
you
that
know,
because
I think that well ran dry, and I think, you know, especially with, you know, quarantine, and with Bruce had his band out there doing the, you know, his era stuff, as which is what we do primarily,
right.
is just Bruce's era, and it's kind of shed a light on that era of less celebrated Kiss material, and I think finally they came around and said, you know what, it is cool to go back and listen to, you know, Asylum and Animalize, excuse me, and you know, Crazy Nights,
I mean, hell, Revenge was my favorite album.
mine too.
I mean, I love that album. I still listen to it to this day. I mean, even Crazy Nights and Asylum, I'll still listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the makeup,
So
yeah,
the,
not so
but
much.
so, and I think that, you know, the fact that they can go out there and do that, I don't know what they're going to be playing. I honestly don't. Um, so we'll see. But I know
Right.
that they have us on the bill, so, and they know exactly
Nice.
what we do. So
That's great. Well, good for you guys.
yeah.
I mean, you got just so many projects you have your hands in. I mean, I'm really proud of you, and the fact that you can keep it all straight is even more of a miracle. Because if you looked at my calendar, I can only imagine what your calendar's like.
Gets a little hairy, and you know, I kind of managing the calendars too, so it's kind of
Right. Yeah, I do the same. If it's not on the calendar in this house, especially with 3 dogs and, you know, everything my schedule, it's you can never get it done. Because I have another podcast I'm doing later today with the kid. I'm gonna forward you his socials. The kid's brilliant. Sean McNair, he actually is the keyboard player for Sabotage. I got to break his cherry on he did his first tour with me on Sabotage last year, and I gave him his nickname, String Bean. Dude, the kid could play anything. I
yeah.
mean, wow. Like, you looking at me, even Al Petrelli's like, "This kid's a monster," and Al is his guitar teacher.
Good piece of playing.
No, Al's awesome. But, so, you know, I know you have to go here soon, and I don't wanna cut this short, but I know you got stuff you gotta do, but I do, as a band member, want is there any advice you can give to up and coming band members? It could go towards Roku, but keeping your sanity on the road and because of your schedule, I mean, so you don't go off that deep dive end.
Well, um, as a
I know.
band member, I've as a band member, you know, I just think the greatest thing you can do for yourself to keep yourself sane is to know that you're gonna have to make sacrifices. You're gonna have to make sure that your respect is in place for yourself, but more importantly, the people around you that you're sharing a bus with, or if you have to share a hotel room, a van, whatever it is. Those are the starting points that you're in charge of that will help you just immensely. Because it starts with you.
Right.
You make the choice to get annoyed with somebody and how to tolerate and how to react to somebody. Because you're traveling with 10, maybe 12, or if it's 8, however many guys, girls, whatever it is, we all have our thing, you know.
Right.
And sometimes people's thing is really fucking annoying. All you can do is decide, I'm going to try to leave a good footprint within this camp, but also um, respect boundaries, respect other people's things and space and mental health, good or bad, and try not to suck up too much
Yeah.
of anyone's energy. So really, if you have a common respect for people and an awareness of your surroundings, awareness and respect are the biggest things that are going to get you an easier time traveling.
Right.
Because if you're just out there thinking things should be your way, and someone's going to piss you off like that, and that is going to get put on a pile of someone else's shit that you're collecting, and then you're collecting everyone else's shit. Meanwhile, if you just flush it, you ain't collecting anything. You're not
Right.
carrying on the baggage. And that's how you're going to be able to, remain light on the road.
Yeah.
And that's really the most important thing, because last thing you want to do is become resentful, bitter, and not fun and dark.
Yeah.
Because you create a dark cloud around you. I don't care how good you play, how good you sing. It's fucking last on the list of requirements. It truly is, especially doing just straight ahead rock and roll like what I do. I mean, I always say I can play, my playing ability is good enough to get me the gigs that I would want,
Right.
and more importantly, you got to focus on how to manage all the other hours of the day under all circumstances.
Yeah.
And that goes for a crew member, more importantly, because your hours are longer. You have to deal with a lot more shit, a lot more attitudes. You have to deal with all of our attitudes.
Yeah.
At least as a band member, I can call out the singer and go, "Hey, fucko, knock it off."
Yeah.
Crew guys, they kind of have to second think. They go, "Singer's pissing me off. The guitar player's really annoying me." Or, I mean, this never happens. The bass player's pissing me off.
Oh yeah, no, that never happens at all.
So sometimes crew guys will kind of have to second guess and maybe try to swallow a little bit more shit, and that weighs on you, and that creates a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah.
So if you can train yourself to come in with a good system internally, respect, tolerance, patience for yourself and for your surroundings, you're going to go in with the right mindset. And that is really
also add empathy onto that, because from my end, obviously my skill set is a lot different than a lot of other guys. Where I can go from a stage manager to a guitar tech, on to a production manager, obviously like with Janet and Cindy and Matchbox and all that, and Rob and all the shit. But you have to have empathy for other people. And I always tell my crew when I'm a production manager is, if you wake up in a bad mood, leave it at the bus door. I understand. We all have lives. That you woke up to a voicemail from a significant other just giving you shit for days. Leave it at the door, because you can't bring it in with you, because then you set the tone for not only you, but you set the tone for your organization in that local venue for that day.
Yeah.
And then you leave there and they go, "Man, that guy was an asshole." But they don't go your name. Cyndi Lauper had a great thing, when
they just know your energy.
Right. Well, the whole thing is, Cyndi Lauper had a great saying. We were at SIR 52nd Street. God, I miss that place. And we were doing production rehearsals for the one tour. And she goes, "I don't give a shit what any of you do. You can go out, get blind drunk, face down. I don't care. But if you get arrested, or if you get, whatever, they're not going to say Dan ONeil, who works for Cyndi Lauper, was arrested. They're going to say the production manager for Cyndi Lauper was arrested."
Right.
And I don't need that smoke. So I don't care what you do, but just don't get me involved in your shit. And that's what I tell the crew guys too. It's like, listen, I don't care what you do, but at the end of the day, when you walk out of a venue and you've pissed off the locals, you've pissed off the loaders, you've pissed off the promoter, they're not going to go Bobby blah, blah, blah. They're going to go, "Oh, that was Trixter's fucking guy." And then when Trixter comes back through and you're not there, they have the stigma on them.
I hear it all. I mean, I hear it all the time. I mean, and it's the ongoing joke is that, you can hear the locals at a venue talk about a band. "Oh, those guys, they're a bunch of fucking, and I'll be like, "My God, that band is a bunch of princes. They're great guys. What do you mean?" "Yeah, well, the tour manager isn't, or they're, it all comes down to the first people you meet in the venue, and it comes back to not carrying your shit, like you said. Don't bring your shit into the venue or around you. Everyone's got their shit to deal with, but just know that there's a bigger picture when you get to do this life, which a lot of people would choose to do this. Not everyone gets to.
Right.
You could choose to be a mailman, and you could get to be a mailman. Just be a mailman. somebody wants to be a stage manager, you don't just get to be a stage manager. So if you're lucky, just like I'm a musician, I get to be a musician. I don't, I don't take advantage of that. I don't abuse that. I recognize that. If you're a stage manager or production manager or guitar tech, you get to do that. It's a gift because you wanted to do it. Now you're getting to do that. That is a gift. There's certain things that you have to keep in check in order to keep that gift. And
100%.
unfortunately, and it takes a lot of work. And that's where, the mental health issues start to come into play. So
Yeah.
if you can manage that and come in with the right tools, it's going to help you out a lot.
No, 100%. And I think I look back on you and me, we've been lucky. We were two stupid kids out of Jersey, at a Ridgefield, New Jersey, and look where we are. I mean, look what we've gotten to see and do and what we have from it. We have amazing families, amazing children, amazing spouses who put up with our stupid shit. At the end of the day, I never thought, looking back almost 40 years of you and I knowing each other, is I never saw this coming, but I am
Who would
grateful.
have thought when I was in sixth grade math or seventh grade math, and halfway through every day in the class, knock, knock. PJ, Danny's here to see you.
Did I do that?
Gotta get around. Yeah. Hey, okay. So you're gonna sell me that bass? You're gonna?
Man, I don't remember.
You pulled me out of class. Oh yeah.
I do not remember, man. I know I was in the trailer outside. I was in the retard trailer.
Well, I was in that, and you would come knocking on the door.
I don't remember, but I believe you because it sounds like me.
Yeah, or something. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, who would have thought? Fast forward 2025, I am grateful. And here's the thing: when you and I saw each other in LA, I wasn't grateful, and I'm grateful to you for what you've done for me to move my whole life, the camaraderie, the family, everything. I'm grateful. So,
well, so am I.
Anyway, I think we'll end you here because I know you got an appointment to go to. But let's talk in a couple of days. I want to talk to you about a couple of things anyway. Thank you. Thanks for family, friends, and doing this for me. I appreciate this. I just got to, I just want people to understand you can just listen and hear some good stories and maybe take some advice.
Yeah.
Because we're
yeah, of course. And and I love you. And I love you for doing this because it's a great, and I don't really know if there are many podcasts that touch on this. I mean, I know there's some Instagram pages and stuff like that. And exactly. That looks just like us.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But really that touch on the wear and tear mentally and emotionally, all the things that go into.
No, there's not. I've done the research. I went down that dark rabbit hole of trying to find places, and there are some that try to, but they're doing it by a script. Ryan Smith and I and Jamie Thean are putting together a resource page for the Rockstar Roadie podcast website to have resources for band members and for crew guys to deal with the red tape and to also find direct sources to be able to get some, healthcare and mental health and just have a number there because trying to navigate the insurance system is a nightmare. Trying to find a therapist is a nightmare. I got lucky in the time that, you convinced me to see a therapist. I got lucky with Music Health Alliance helping me find medical insurance because I was going through almost losing my foot, and all that bullshit. They helped me find a therapist. The resources are there. But if I would never have known about them, if someone didn't tell me about them, I would have never found them.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things for like crew and band is you don't know where to look. And I went through all this trying to find these places. So now we're putting together a resource page of people just go, hey, go here if you need help. Like, Michelle's a veteran. My two son-in-laws are veterans. Adam, my stepson, is a veteran. I have veterans resources up on our site too. Because there's so many misinformation about where to go and how to do things and, what you need to apply for and who you need to call. I tried to narrow it down and put things on there for people to go, okay, I don't have to deal with all that bullshit. Because trying to find insurance for myself, dude, I swear to God, I probably spent a week on the phone.
Yeah.
Just trying to find the right place.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad because, and I don't want to end this here, and we won't, because we'll have a funny moment afterwards. But you and I have lost friends due to mental health issues, or due to health issues, or due to extracurricular issues. If I think they would have tried or had the ability to reach out, they would have. But it is made so difficult to get to a source. I want to take away that difficulty and hopefully at least give you closer to the source. Because for me, it was brutal. I mean, it's just like, fuck, you can't find. I call everything's automated. You can't get a human. It's like, Jesus Christ, am I dealing with fucking Apple Care? What the hell?
Right.
You know, it's like, I'm just trying to I need help, but you're not making it easy for me to get that help.
Yeah.
And I come to find out, you know, it is what it is. But so I want to try and streamline that. So anyway, I'll let you know when that goes up. You're doing good, boy.
You're doing good.
All right. Listen, brother, I love you to pieces. Love to Jill and the girls. Let's try to talk in a couple of days. I do want to talk to you about a couple of things off of this. These people don't need no shit. But
okay.
When this ends, you'll hear the music. Go ahead and hang up, and I'll hit you up in a couple of days.
Okay.
All right, brother. I love you, pal. Thank you so much.
Buddy.
And by the way, folks, I'll put up some links. Give me promo some shit here for me. Come on.
Well, you can go to Trixter's Facebook. You can go to Fozzy's Facebook. Trixter's Instagram is Trixter Official 1.
I'll get all those up for you.
Yeah, all that. My personal.
I got all your shit.
Instagram. You got all that. I'm easy to find. Google me.
You can't miss him. He's a scrawny little bastard. So,
I'm
all
sure
right,
I'll
pal.
be in your town. All right, buddy. Talk to you.
All right, I love you, buddy. Talk soon.
Bad.